Hey everybody, welcome back to This Old Trike. Today, we are in the throes of Trike Fest prep. Everybody sees a lot of posts about Trike Fest. Maybe you've never heard of Trike Fest, but it's the three-wheelers version of the pilgrimage to Mecca. And when I first went in 2018, I think I went on a Wednesday, got there really early on a Thursday. Just hold on. I got some guys waiting here for me to show you something. But going on a Wednesday and getting there on a Thursday has turned into freaking ourselves out prepping on a Saturday so we could leave on a Sunday and get there to have a full week. But let me show you what it takes to prep if you're a weirdo like me for Trike Fest. So right now we have pulled out most of the machines we're bringing. There's still some strewn about. And you know, we're in that phase where this one needs one thing, this one needs another. My son just swapped out. This one had original rear tires and rims on it. So I've swapped those out for some 400EX rims on 350X tires. So now that's good to go. That's 250R, 85 250R with short track kit. This is my Rider 350X that, if you've seen any of my videos, probably 2 years ago, I did a video on how to change your gearing to adjust your speed, your top speed. And I went down to a 37 tooth sprocket on the rear. Stock is 40. And I went up to a 14 tooth on the front and to see how fast I could go. And I only gained about 3, 4, 5 miles an hour. And it just wasn't worth it. I went back down to the 13 on the front because I had some contact with my case saver. And I left the 37 on the back. Do you need a hand? I need to go out. The stand needs to go out a little bit, doesn't it?
You're right.
I'll cut that out. So I left the 37 tooth on the rear, and it's been fine, but it has limited my ability to adjust the chain. And the moment the chain starts to stretch, it becomes too long. So we're going to go back to a 40 tooth sprocket. I've taught the boys how a carrier works, how the chain adjustment works on a Honda three-wheeler sport machine, and they are now in the know. I'm gonna go get that sprocket so they can keep moving. New 40 tooth sprocket coming out of the packaging. They're gonna get that mounted, and I'm gonna leave them alone because sometimes you just gotta leave them alone. This needs nothing. The only thing we might do to this is pull the cotter pins and castle nuts and swap the rims and tires opposite like we did when we went to Glamis to narrow that up. This machine will be in the back of the truck, so that doesn't need it. Might do the same on the short course, but we'll see. Bennett's machine is good to go. My machine, the rear brakes are a little funny right now. And oh, that fork is leaking. I forgot about that. I've got a new fork. The seals on that one must be shot. So I don't know if I'll get to that or not, but doesn't matter. It'll still get there just fine. This thing is a 1985 ATC 110 that is a giveaway. We just put new rims and tires on it. And I had a little evapor rust in the tank, which sits over there, and that cleaned that up nice. We have to rinse it and then put some fresh gas to it. I'm going to see if the carburetor, depends on when this thing started sitting. Was it pre-ethanol or not? There is a small chance it might just fire up and go, but more than likely we're gonna have to get that carb kit from 223 Cycles that Curdy sent me and take that carb off and clean it up. Just put a new air filter on it. This one was crispy. Apparently it's already in the trash. Touched it and your finger just goes right through it. So I had a uni filter off a blue 110 back there. We'll get a new one to replace that, but this one's got a clean filter now. Man, we're almost there. This SX is going with us. We just put a new front brake cable and brake shoes on it. We're gonna recover the seat And this is the fenders. They've had a repair done to them that prevented the trunk lid from operating. So if we cut along those lines, we'll be able to put that trunk lid back on, and that's what we'll be doing as the day goes on. Just a couple things. We're making great progress with our Trike Fest preparations. Bennett and Finley got the sprocket put on the back of the 350X. Here's Bennett's 70. No work has been done to that. We've spent a bunch of time doing work to this 85 110. This is a Honda Hoarder giveaway. Bennett put the rims and tires on it the other day for me. We checked to see if we could get away without doing a carb clean, and we had to do a carb clean. The tank had some sediment in it. We had put evapor rust in the tank and cleaned it out. It looks nice. We got the sediment out, but there was sediment in the lines to the actual gas lines, and once we did that, we got it all cleaned out, and she's running nice. Let's see if I can jinx myself. Idling a little fast. Anyway, before it sounds horrible, let's shut it off. It's running good. We cleaned it up. We brought it to the house, put a new air filter on it. I think that's all we did, right, Bennett? Something like that. Palin's machine now has the cover on the back. Brake cable is adjusted. Got a trickle charger on my 70, my 140 70. Maybe while we're at Trike Fest, I'll get in there. I think I need to fix my wiring because I don't think it's charging right. So there's a poker run happening out on the lake today. So if you like big fast boats, you'd like today. We're starting to gather up our apparel, our tents, our grills. We have a little more work to do on that SX. We've got the fenders in here. We've pulled the trunk off. I'm gonna set Bennett up with the Dremel to cut those pieces. Then we'll get our trunk lid over here mounted. And I'm gonna set up for putting a new seat cover on that seat pan. So here we go, Bennett. So we did one side. It was noisy. He wouldn't want to hurt it. But we had to get through this rivet. If we cut under the flap there and make that go away, that'll be good. That one, we won't have to touch the rivets. It just got a little crazy when they did that one. I'm gearing up over here for the seat cover installation. Here's the new seat cover. This is a pit replica. We've tried these in the past and had trouble stretching them, but we're gonna go for it this time. Here's the old seat. We had a puncture that would have been right about here, so there's a little low spot. I'm not super worried about it. It's just a rider. I wanted it sealed up though. This is interesting how the foam has broken like that. We're just gonna wrap it all up. Here we go. Okay, just like that, without any time lapse to show you how I did it. There is the recovered seat. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn nice. We took a little break for dinner. Here's where that low spot was, where the hole in the old seat cover was. Lost some foam there, but it's a little bumpy. This whole machine's a little bumpy though, so. Bennett did his repair here. I've got a thing that I bought from Vinny Staffa years ago to put on that. Just gotta find it. But Bennett did a good job. Finley, who's gonna be riding this machine, is to my left, but his shirt is not safe for the internet, so we're not gonna show it. Apparently safe for high school though. Is it? Can you wear that shirt to school?
They don't like it.
They don't. There's a reason they don't like it.
But you try.
I try.
We've gotten all of our projects done. Bennett's going to put that seat on the fenders. He was just dosing up some tires with air. I think we're all set. This thing's running beautifully now. I mentioned that. I just put the gas tank on the 86 Big Red that I sold to Charlie down in Florida. It's over there at the carport. It's going to get picked up on Tuesday by Lou Batello. Now the only thing left to do is bring the trailer over and start loading stuff on. I'll show you everything we do, because if you're going to Trike Fest and you want to know what do I bring, you can bring way too many trikes like this, or you can bring what you got, or you can just show up and you can probably buy something there to ride around. Vinny Staffa, who we like to mention, and you know who we miss dearly. There's my wife. Hi. Hello. He showed up one year by plane and bought two 350Xs while he was there. Here he is. I brought this of him last year. Maybe I'll bring it this year. I don't know if I should or not. But he showed up, bought two 350Xs, and sold them for a profit and paid for his trip. We're only going to get side shots or back shots of Finley. That shirt's a little too spicy. Do you remember how you did it? Nope. Well, good news is there's machines in the other room that can help us out. All right. We're going to leave Bennett off camera, pack up some more tools. We'll catch you when we got the trailer over here. So our mess has been relocated onto the trailer. This is a dry fit. This is the shelf that I've got a shelf here, and then a shelf that isn't installed yet. Comes in and out so we don't bump our heads. And then that far shelf. And this is our dry fit. Got the 70s in there, not exactly how I was thinking of doing it, but they're in. 110 for the giveaway. Rider 250R. My nice 250R. I'm going to shut off carburetors so nothing leaks on the way there. Now that I know this works, I'm going to move things forward a little bit. Reorganize my shelf. So you see I've got a black stone there. That's like a go-to staple of the Trike Fest scene. And I've got a propane grill too. I got to remember what's in that tote. I think it's camp kitchen supplies, little Honda generator. This is stuff that just kind of stays in here all year. But we're going to get that loaded up, put the next shelf in, and keep moving backwards. But now I know that there's plenty of room for my buddy Derek to fit in here. Last year, we had this maxed right out, and Derek wasn't with us, but we were so maxed out, we didn't have room for the two machines we picked up in Ohio on the way there, a nice 86 250R and 86 350X. We had to stand them up on end right here between the shelf and the end of the trailer. Anyway, we got work to do to get this finished, so I don't have time to keep rambling. But I will show you before I go in the back of the truck. 350X, 250SX, they fit in there nicely. Let's keep moving. Well, here we are. 11:15. The boys have gone in to shower up and get to sleep. A lot of this we're going to pull out tomorrow morning when we pick up my buddy Derek, and his Big Red and 350X will go here, and we'll lower this shelf down, and that'll be his shelf. We'll figure out how it all works. But my 250R, giveaway 110, and the 70s are back there. You can see we put our second shelf in there. Bunch of goodies. We'll show you tomorrow in the daylight, especially when we pick up Derek. I'm gonna get this place locked down, and we'll catch you tomorrow on Father's Day. Have a wonderful evening. Well, it's 10 after 6. The birds are chirping. We have finished our packing. We got some empty gas cans. Like I said last night, a lot of this is going to get pulled out so Derek can load his stuff, and we'll drop that shelf, and some of these containers and things can go up on that or out here at the back. Blankets and whatnot are in garbage bags that we'll then use for garbage. Parts to sell. That's dry food. That's adult beverages with frozen bottles of water to keep them cold until we get them on ice. This is a strap hanging out the door. And we'll close this up and check in with you when we get to picking up my buddy Derek. We're at Trike Fest, and who's already in my truck stealing power?
You're the man, Uncle Preston.
There he is.
Dude, we came with the bare essentials this year.
Yep, he's got a neat take on Trike Fest this year.
Yes,
can't wait to see this video. And this is his new buddy Ben.
What's up, guys?
Ben, welcome.
Ben's new to the whole three-wheeler experience, so if you got to tell Ben something, give him your best three-wheeler advice.
There
Trike
you
Fest
go.
advice.
Yep.
There you go.
I need it.
Let's hear
I
it. Let's
need
hear
it.
it.
Man, on the spot.
Yep, on the spot.
Bring
Let's
extra socks.
Okay.
Freeze your water bottles before you come.
Oh, no.
That'll help you conserve ice.
hear it. Okay.
Man, it depends on the conditions as far as advice for trail riding.
I hit one other too, so that's doing pretty good.
There's one trail out there that can bite you pretty fast, but everyone's got to discover that trail for themselves. So
Keep you safe.
just be on the lookout.
I'll keep you safe.
But I documented the whole preparation and packing steps, so
Did you
I'm gonna
really?
get the unloading and so I can end this video.
All right, man.
All right, here we go.
Let's get it.
So,
Go grab some.
like I mentioned, we're doing it differently this year. We rented a camper. This is my 8th year at Trike Fest, and 7 years I've spent sleeping in here on an air mattress. And I'm getting older, and I'm bringing more people, little people. So we rented a camper. But all this stuff that has thrown up on the ground out here was packed into this trailer. And now we've got to set ourselves up. Our camper guy, I think it might be the first time he's ever leveled a camper because it is anything but level. It's not level side to side, not level front to back. So we're gonna make an attempt to true this up a little bit. But that being said, our Trike Fest preparation and trip out to Trike Fest is completed. All of our machines that we've worked so hard to prep look great. Michael's made his first trip out. How was the trip out?
It was long.
It was long.
Long trip.
Yeah. Were you comfortable in the truck?
A little bit.
Did you sleep at all?
Like half an hour probably.
Half an hour? Bennett,
I think I got like 2 hours of sleep.
2 hours of sleep.
Pretty comfortable.
How many hours of sleep did you get last night after we finished?
4 hours and 26 minutes.
4 hours and 26 minutes. Palin?
4 hours.
4 hours even. And how about that? All right, we're right here. We're in a different spot. We've never been on this road before. With the weather in the forecast, it looks like dust might not be a problem. Mud is going to be a problem, though, maybe, or the thing that makes it a Trike Fest to remember. All right, over and out. We'll catch you on the trails.